Hi, I'm Crit, and roguelikes make me want to cut off my foreskin and use it to roll a blunt of food, which means it's very much a love-hate relationship. It's also a relationship that usually ends in death. See, about a week ago, a friend of mine questioned my gaming capabilities, and I told her I could beat 20 roguelikes in one day, and she—
I don't think there's a single reality where that's happening. But you can try. And let's add some stakes. If you don't beat all 20, you need to buy me the new Monster Hunter game. Deal?
Deal. But you know what the worst part is? See, most of these roguelikes are ones I've never even touched. So join me as we see the highs and lows of the roguelike genre. Together, let's answer the question of how many roguelikes a normal person can beat in one day. And without further ado, let's begin this long journey with the first roguelike on this list, Hades 2. I decided that the first game should act as a bit of a warm-up. Not too hard and not too easy, and a game I've already played and beat. And for me, that game is Hades 2. I love Hades for a multitude of very professional reasons. It's by far my favorite roguelike, and the sequel is absolutely no different. For people struggling to adapt from the first game, my best piece of advice is to rewire your brain completely on how to handle the dash. Because you only have one, you gotta hold on to it and remember to always use it to start your sprint. Apart from that, the main differences are in the weapons. See, the weapons in Hades 1 always felt so much more powerful out the box than Hades 2 weapons, but with the right combo of boons and daedalus hammers, you'll be cooking in no time. We grab the axe of the GOAT, Daddy Thanatos, which gives us a much faster attack speed, as well as some tasty crit chance on top. But we're mostly here for the attack speed. I call this build the Brain Dead Bonker, and soon you'll see why. Let's just say they don't call me Crit for nothing. Anyways, grab the boon that buffs your attack from my second favorite twink and just play normally. And I pushed onwards past Hecate into the depths of Oceanus, where the fruits of this perfectly balanced build first showed. See, with the added range of my attacks, we were cleaving through the fish like they were butter. I was mowing them down like they were grass. I then jumped into this Chaos Gate, which did nothing, but it led me to the Daedalus Hammer. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Hades, this is where the real magic happens. This hammer is capable of completely transforming the playstyle of a weapon and making it unbelievably busted or horrifically garbage if you get unlucky, and I chose to buff my attack speed by 30%, but we're only halfway there. It wasn't long before Artemis finally decided to show herself, and I got the boon that marked an enemy every once in a while, which also applies to bosses. With this, even with barely any upgrades to my already halfway depleted HP, Skilla and her band went down without a sweat. Speeding things up, it was pretty uneventful, but that all changed when I got the second Daedalus Hammer, Hellsplitter. The big bonk move that you're always comboing for on the axe? Yeah, at my fingertips. 660 damage on a slam, like 1000 damage on a crit, and it was the easiest thing to do in my entire life. Just click and dash, click and dash. I could play with one hand, and trust me, that's a big buff when it comes to this game. By Chronos, I'd gotten not only a small buff from Hades, which basically guaranteed me to start the fight at full health, but also got my Apollo boon to +5, which gave me 115% more damage. 690 damage, nice, on Chronos, and oh, I don't know, 2000 on crit. Could it be better? Oh, of course it could. But for the first run, after nearly 3 months of not playing, I felt on top of the world. And that's how I got my first ever deathless run on Hades 2 as well. Yeah, things were starting off so well. I'm sure this pace is going to continue for the rest of this video. I am very poor and I don't have enough money for 20 roguelikes, so alongside the big names like Dead Cells and Risk of Rain, I'm also throwing in smaller roguelikes that are equally as fun and incredibly charming, and that's exactly what this next game, Dead Estate, is. An isometric twin-stick shooter with slight horror elements. This game was a blast for 2 big reasons. Number one, it had some super quick and bouncy gameplay, and the atmosphere was absolutely impeccable. You get to choose between a big buff man or an athletic young woman. Now, I unfortunately am the type of roguelike player who values their HP bar being fat because I can't dodge every attack I see, so I chose the grandpa, and honestly, I think I made the right choice because the first run I got absolutely mowed down. There's a lot of goo and bugs and parasites and creepy stuff in this game. These enemy designs are so simple yet effective, and even in a cute pixel format, still extremely gross. It doesn't help that all you've got for survivability is a jump, and what's that sound? Oh my god, why is Mr. X in this game? I quickly got a grenade launcher, but I got it so early that it ran out of ammo, because of course guns have limited ammo in this game, before I could finish the boss, so we had to thug it out with a normal pistol, but okay. We can work with that. Level 2 gets creepier, but it's much the same, just the enemies are a tad more strong and a little more creepy. Level 3 is where stuff gets real. The creepy, gross Binding of Isaac mum chasing you down in a small room. Yeah, she nearly bought the end of this run, not because she was especially difficult, but because she scared the life out of me when I first encountered her. I mean, this guy's scary, and I survived by the skin of my teeth, but hey, at least I lived. Finally, we beat up a clown and we get to level 4, the final level. I got some tennis balls and I was scared because this was the final challenge that would await me. I wonder who it's gonna be. Oh my god, it's Mr. X again. Okay, alright. Oh no, there's a timer. I have to beat him in 3 minutes with a tennis ball. See, 3 minutes is all the time you get to kill this guy. And I was stressing. In case you're wondering, playing 20 roguelikes, games that require you to be locked in 24/7 to not get sent to the lobby are quite stressful. And I promise you, this gaming session was some Ken Kaneki stuff. I swear, I got some white hairs over this.
Says the guy who's never worked a job in his life.
Okay, first, rude, and two, I beat him with like 2 minutes and 14 seconds to spare. I'm incredible.
That's crazy, bro. It's been like an hour and you've only beaten 2 roguelikes. Lock in, man.
Damn. Okay. See, people often think a game of chance is dictated by luck. No, it's dictated by aura. This game is simple. 1 gun, 2 players, 2 options, and 1 choice. To shoot. The options come in whether you want to shoot at yourself or at the opponent. Different cultures treat this game differently. The Russians ball out and spin the chamber and press the trigger, running it at a clean 1 in 6 chance with every single press. The Koreans don't spin the chamber and let the odds slowly decrease as death awaits. And damn, why was season 2 actually so good? I really did not expect that. And in America, in the land of freedom, well, we got rid of the weak, pathetic, 1-bullet communist pistol and we replaced it with a sawed-off shotgun. Supplied both parties with a generous supply of beer, ciggies, and even handcuffs for reasons and, oh, you can be revived at any point after being blasted point blank by the shotgun. Dude, this reward money is not covering the healthcare, Jesus Christ. And this was the first time I ever loaded up this game, but I did not plan on losing. People often think a game of chance is, again, dictated by luck, but no, it's dictated by aura. Because aura is like the karma of this road. 2 live and 1 blank. Shoot at yourself in the face to assert dominance before shooting the enemy. Sure, the enemy is going to hit you back, but the aura carries over. And the enemy ends up shooting himself because you're just too manly. I really don't know why the AI did this. Like, I'm actually so confused. And the next time the shotgun is in your hands, I didn't even bother to do the maths. I didn't even look at the cartridges as they're being put in. I simply pull the trigger and bam, it's easy as that. And then the items come in. Now, to be frank, my RNG was straight ass. I wanted cigarettes, I wanted sword-offs, I wanted magnifying glasses, but no, they gave me some cigarettes and beer. So the game knows me very well, but I kept calm and asked myself what Piccolo would have done. That's right, ignore the items and pray for the best. Now let's do some maths here. He has a handcuff and a saw, and my broke ass has sloughed like 5 cans of beer, but I have a plan. See, we're gonna exhaust all the ammo and make sure that we're the only one that can get a shot off. Alcoholism, baby. I just need the next 3 bullets in this gun to be live, and that's the game plan done. 1 beer, success. 2 beers, success. 3 beers, success. And now, death comes to oh, that was a blank. Oh god, he's completely mogging me. No, please. No, please don't shoot me. No, please. Did he just shoot himself? Okay, I'm not gonna complain. Thanks for the money, nerd. But I should also mention that even though it was only like 3 hours in, the combination of caffeine and stress and my heart rate going up made me feel extremely uncomfortable. I think it's called caffeine tingliness, and if you've ever felt it, you understand what I mean, and it really sucked, so I had to lay down for like 15 minutes. Vampire Survivors, but with turrets from TF2. I love this game, man. This process is so simple. Use turrets to get money to upgrade turrets to merge turrets into big, powerful turrets, rinse and repeat over and over again. And oh, did I mention you're a silly little goblin? I found this game like a Sunday prior, and I got almost every upgrade except for the merging one, but even with all that progress, winning on this game still took like a whopping hour, which was more than Hades and Dead Estate combined. However, I honestly think it's worth it. This game has so much charm, it might send a Ubisoft employee into a stroke. You're a little goblin who has to fight off medieval knights, dwarves, and elves, and you end up with so many bloody turrets and people running around. My 4080 was having a stroke trying to run it. Oh, well, it's more like the hit browser Opera GX with CPU limiting abilities and RAM limiting abilities was having a stroke trying to run it. But you know, I didn't say that. Please sponsor me. I'm really broke. Nothing makes sense. It's all clutter and you kind of just have to pray you don't get hit. Whenever I play, I like to get the cannons down. They're massive and do equally massive amounts of damage and can be combined with all other weapons to form some truly silly inventions. Some silly little contraptions, if you will. A couple little goof. For example, a crossbow launcher that spreads cannonballs across the entire arena, or rapid fire machine gun systems against some dude in medieval armor. But every single time I got rushed by the Royal Army, I'd always get cooked, and I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I died so many times, and I think the only reason I won this game was pure RNG dumb luck. Anyways, 10 out of 10, super skibbity. And speaking of skibbity, has anyone ever tried to download the official Skibbity toilet-free Robux pack? Because the next game on this list is an accurate representation of the process that follows. Lose 95 is what I like to call a meta bullet hell. Games like this and Windowkill are, you know, bullet hells, but you dodge stuff inside your PC and in Windows because that's cool and epic. Wowzers. In this game, you simply have to click the bad guys and go through your folders, but there's really cool mechanics like pop-up ads that you have to get rid of to actually see your screen, or upgrades that make you download slower, or even upgrades that make your mouse do that annoying stuttering thing, but it actually enhances the amount of time you have to click, which is a buff, even though it's really annoying. And even other mechanics like freezing time to give you more time to fix your PC, and so many more cool meta stuff like that. It really is a blast, and I had a little silly little giggle, a little nerd giggle every time a cool little mechanic came up. I don't think there's an official end, but I lasted like a crazy 20 minutes of pure stress-induced button clicking, so if you can do better than me, I don't know, comment something making fun of me. I'm really desperate for engagement. Please subscribe. OneBitAdventures is a really, really charming arcade RPG. The premise is very simple. When you move, the enemies move too. Get as far as you can. Collect apples, mine ores, do quests, loot chests. It feels like a game that you'd find on your Game Boy. I'm not gonna pretend I'm old enough to know what a Game Boy game is like and what I'm talking about, but hey, it's 2 colors and simple, and you're watching a video essay, so I don't know what you're really expecting. Now, the game is a blast. It started off so nice, walking through the plains and looting chests in abandoned buildings, using campfires to find temporary shelter, and looting up and actually being able to fight away the annoying goblins and ghosts. That was until I met this bastard. This guy said he would upgrade my stuff, which is awesome, you know, but I had to give him ores, and like a moron, I agreed, and in the blink of an eye, I was in the mines and stuck there. Yeah, I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah, I got cooked. The spiders, the ghosts, they killed me like 3 times, and I used every single one of my gems to respawn, and the moment I got out, I had 1 HP, and I got immediately murked by a spider. However, this is also an infinite game of no end, so say it with me again. You're gonna have to try for yourself and see if you get a better score than me, but I survived like 30 minutes, and I made it out the mine, so I'm gonna count that as a win, because, I mean, damn, you should have seen some of this gameplay. I deserve this. I quickly went downstairs and grabbed a monster and a 420 meat pie and took the shower before locking it again. Dice is the way is pure RNG hell, but it's fun RNG hell. You basically roll a die, and whatever number it lands on, it changes the stat of that thing, and that applies for literally everything. For example, you could roll a 3 on a boss's health bar, and it would take away their ridiculous 99 HP and transfer into that reasonable 3. Or you could be in desperate need of healing, and instead of healing you back up, the dice actually lowers your HP because screw you. The complexity of this game shoots up when you realize they can edit the cards as well, but for the first like 30 minutes of this game, I had no clue, so I genuinely thought the final boss was impossible. I was wrong, of course. The moment I figured that out, I got myself some big dice, some damage cards, some health cards, and I basically won it in like the next 5 attempts, but it was embarrassing. It took me like 45 minutes to beat this stupid game. So yeah, just keep doing runs until you get lucky, basically. I mean, this is really pure RNG hell. So yeah, not bad. Pretty fun game.
5 games down in 4 hours? Not bad.
5? I beat 7.
2 of those games have 0 endings. You're lucky I'm even counting Buckshot Roulette as a roguelike.
No, count them. I spent like 20 minutes in each.
Alright, fine.
Alright, but my goldfish is dying. Can you please read this?
Sure. Yeah, that reminds me. Your viewers. How can they be locked in when they're not subscribed to the best channel on this earth? Plus, if you like and comment too, you'll get infinite aura.
Brotato is a game that exists. It's a very addicting and it's a very fun game, but it's also not very difficult. I decided to use the king, which gets buffs based off the amount of high level weapons you have, and I kind of just kept upgrading weapons, I stacked some reds, and you'll absolutely steamroll through the late game. Solitomb is a roguelike that requires 0 action, so I thought, oh my god, this is gonna be another free win. Only fun with cards, how hard could it possibly be? If I have all the time in the world to think, I've got this. You know, I'm not the smartest, but surely this can't be too hard, right? Yeah, I didn't even get close. There's 4 levels of this, and I could not physically get past the first one. I shot like 30 minutes of a tries at this. I'm not even exaggerating here. Maybe solitaire isn't for me, you know? I guess I'm not 40 years old. How about we try a bullet hell? You know, I'm alright at those. Super Dash is a game where you control the square as he super dashes around, and it's got this super cool combo dash mechanic, but it's also like really hard, and the meta progression is super taxing, so I don't think I'll be able to beat this one either. Okay, this is looking really bad. Okay, an old school RPG. Oh no, it's an RPG with a lineage mechanic. If any of you guys have played Deep Woken or Rogue Lineage on the hit platform Roblox.com, you'll know what I'm talking about. And it's got a whole ass town and dungeon. Yeah, this is gonna take like an hour to beat. Crit, let's back off on this one. I mean, you gotta save your time. You gotta find some games that you can actually beat fast and quickly. What are you doing? Why are you going to the dungeon? No. Oh my god. See, I should have bailed, but I didn't. The game was actually really compelling, and I kept playing it for over 45 minutes, only for the cruel hand of death to snap me out of my trance. I sure hope that doesn't happen again. Yeah, immediately after it happened again, what did past me expect, really? For the next cryptic roguelike RPG to be somehow easier and beatable for someone like me? This is the exact reason why I didn't play games like Nuclear Throne or Noita, because I knew I just wouldn't be able to win it. Why did I think someone who has 0 experience in the entire genre could beat a game like this? Look, Fara It was an amazing game and I had such a fun time, but I'm just gonna let this experience show. Even selecting my class in the menu took me like a solid 5 minutes, and when I finally got into the game, I was stuck underground and there's something with me, and I immediately panicked and died. I'm really stupid. And it got so bad I couldn't even do whatever flavor of game this is. You know, Pong, right? Yeah, some dude made it into a roguelike because of course we did, and it's really difficult. It's really fun, but it is really difficult. It's complete randomness whether your balls live or die, since you physically cannot react to save your balls. It got so bad I had to use my crutch, an unhealthy relationship with energy drinks, but this accidentally saved the run, though not in a way that you would have probably thought. See, when I came back from getting my monster, the level I was doing was 1. I never touched anything, my balls were still readily retained inside me, and yet the level seemingly moved on by itself. I loaded up the next level and... I see. I understand it now. And I did it for the next, and the next, and I won. Yeah, we take those.
Oh my god, okay. No more itch.io games. Go into your stream backlog and pick up something.
Enter the Gungeon is the hardest roguelike on this list because unlike every other game, there is no such thing as a build that carries you through the game. You simply kind of have to just lock in. I went for Marine and I got super lucky on the first boss because it's the Gatling Gull, who's pretty damn easy. The second floor was superb. I got so much health that it made up for the fact that my DPS is not, it's quite pitiful. Plus the Gorgon is quite easy and the third level is usually where things go wrong. But it didn't. I got crazy weapons and the Mind Flare was absolutely zero problem. The fourth floor holds the kill pillars, which through many failed attempts in the past, I had the muscle memory down for, and the fifth floor holds the infamous dragon, which through the combined experience of my countless failed runs, I managed to best. From there, slaying the past was absolutely zero problem. We beat the aliens and it's on to the next game. At least that's the story of my second run. See, the first run I got so close to winning, only to fumble at this pain in the ass wall because my motor skills were now completely cooked. See, like I mentioned earlier, I'm past the point of no return, and even worse, only at like 7 hours in. And like I mentioned earlier, the stress and the caffeine combined together caused me to feel tingly all over and I felt terrible. And now it was even worse. Now, I used to be an ultra kill YouTuber. Well, no, I still am a ultra kill YouTuber. So this game seemed right up my alley, but after failing twice, I looked at an actual run of this game and decided, nah, no, I'm good. If I know anything about ultra kill's complexity, I know this game is going to take me like 30 minutes to learn at the very minimum, so I'm not even going to touch it, but the runs look insane and this game looks insane. If I had more time, I would absolutely play it, but let's just play Risk of Rain instead. Okay, I hop in as Bandit, and now we're basically already halfway to winning. See, unlike characters like the Katana Boy and the Plant Guy and the Lizard, this guy requires literally no skill. He's kind of like the big fist swinging person. See, the Bandit gets a crazy get out of jail free card and 2 very good options for DPS. Risk of Rain has always been a game about making sure you extract everything you can in the level and hoping you to get one shot. Like most roguelikes, it's very much carried by the early momentum of a run, and if you do both those things, you'll be absolutely fine. The first level was very easy and the second one too. In fact, it was pretty smooth, you know? The final boss was absolutely nothing. Even though my RNG wasn't even that good, the fact I could easily escape made all the difference. However, this would also mark the 13th hour I spent non-stop gaming, and it really showed in my next game, Dead Cells. Also, this isn't my footage. I copied it from my friend when he was streaming it on Discord because I lost the original recording. Dead Cells is a game that has to be played at full alertness and motivation. Out of all the major roguelikes, Dead Cells is unfortunately my least favorite simply because I don't like it that much and I'm extremely bad at it. I find the bosses really boring and the gameplay and builds not interesting, which certainly is a me problem, but it's also just really hard. I never even made it past a fishing village fight on the first run, and the second I got cooked the moment I stepped foot into the bank because I opened a cursed chest and the next enemy immediately one-shot me. Even at 0 boss cells, my motor skills had degraded to a point of no return. I died twice, wasting around 40 minutes, and even worse, the caffeine tingles were absolutely killing me because I could feel them in my heart, that's probably not good, so I decided I had to play something easier, so desperately I even tried a Roblox roguelike I'd already beaten called Hours, but I had absolutely zero clue what I was doing and I died so hard. It's embarrassing to look back at this footage like, damn, I was ass. But again, I felt terrible. So I decided to learn from my mistakes and learn from the lessons from the Lego speedrun video. Please check that out when you're free and take a short 3-hour nap. Coming back from the nap, I felt terrible, so I decided it was probably best for me to do some minor games. The first being Folder Dungeon, which I absolutely loved. You hop from folder to folder, killing dudes and making yourself more powerful and making sure you don't overheat. And also you get a cute cat as a reward. Yeah, this game was really cool. I really liked it. 10 Minutes Till Dawn is another vampire survivor-like. I just chose the big burly shotgun-wielding woman who has a bucket load of health, and I god boosted the hell out of my shotgun until I could rip and tear through everything coming my way. On the first couple runs, I got completely wrecked because I was seemingly hellbent on getting my scythe to do all the work, but it really does pay to get your hands dirty sometimes, because after I started focusing on myself, I did pretty well, you know, I beat the game. That's pretty good. Now, Cult of the Lambs is tricky because I decided to just beat one level since I'd already beaten the main game. This took like an hour and a half. We did get it done, but I had to do some bullcrap with the villagers, but oh well, you know, I was just really tired at this point. The terrible speed from Cult of the Lamb made me realize I did not have what it took for the next couple games, so I did a quick shower and I ate a quick meal, a sandwich, and another energy drink, and I came back. Now, Windowkill is a bullet hell that takes place on your desktop. I know this game was infinite from the start, so I decided to just see how far I could go, and, you know, it was a little embarrassing. The fact that the brain rot I put in the background was getting paused on accident every couple of seconds probably didn't help my case, and the fact that I also really wanted to get this video over with also probably didn't, but I can confidently say that I am going to come back to this game because this was really fun, and with the limited amount of time I played it, I had an absolute blast, so I would definitely keep this in mind whenever I'm bored. But I really can't right now because I've only beaten 16 games and I still need to beat 4 more in the remaining 5 hours. This should be very possible, and to be honest, I was very confident. And then I remembered that I told my friend I would beat Brotato. And I told her that I would beat it at the funny difficulty. Yeah, that was a mistake. Anyways, Die in a Dungeon is a super cozy puzzle roguelike that I love the hell out of. Just beat up this bee and you'll be a-okay. And speaking of the hardest roguelike ever, it might surprise you. Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley? What could be so different? Journey of the Prairie King. It is the hardest game in this entire run, and yes, I used the cheese strat. Hidden in this corner of the local pub, this game is absolutely hell. It's so difficult that in a game where players spend thousands of hours harvesting hundreds of unique plants and crafting every item and cooking every single dish, this is the rarest achievement, and it's because of one thing. Everything in this game is so unforgiving. One mistake and you're out. If you don't get lucky with the power-up drops, you're out. If you don't collect enough coins, you're cooked. The core gameplay kind of feels like gamblings with the highs and lows you're dealt with. The bosses feel like a Sisyphean task as they edge you in and out, desperately trying to not get hit by their onslaughts. And if you fail to upgrade your character fast enough to do the RNG, again, cock blocking your coin drops, yeah, you can kiss that run of yours a sweet goodbye. Reset, buddy, which I had to do like 3 times, abandoning literal hours of blood, sweat, and tears. I was gonna break down. I was genuinely so upset by this. I mean, god damn. Words gonna describe the mental and physical anguish that I was in. I should really stop doing these 24-hour challenges. They feel really bad for my health. The bosses felt like trying to break open bedrock, with one hit of theirs equaling the same as 100 hits from me, sending me all the way back to my bedroom where I'd have to walk halfway across town and wait for 12 to just enter and try again. But finally, after literally 3 hours, we climbed. We did it. We beat Hector, but now we have 2 problems on our hand. Number 1, I have to beat Brotato, and we all know my luck with card roguelikes. And number 2, I passed out at my PC. Yeah, no, I can't even make this up. I was enjoying dinner at my PC, watching shorts, when bam, my head hit the counter and like 40 minutes passed. I was in a panic. This video, I can't let it fall apart now, and so I booted up Hades and I locked in. Hades is a roguelike I was by far the best at, and to anyone wondering how to win, it's really simple, because Windowkill taught me the entire thing. Get the Pispo from Dionysus, and get Aphrodite to make them Riz sticks, and the game will play itself now. So there we are. I beat in 21 minutes, which is surprisingly slow to be honest, with only 1 death, but I was happy because I hadn't played for 5 months and I'm proud of myself. You know, even with only 3 hours of sleep and a headache that's fueled by 4 Panadols and 3 monsters, this boy failure stays professional, goddammit. 1 more roguelike in 1 hour. I've got this, man. This challenge is finally going to be done, and I can prove to my friend that I am better at video games. Brotato, here I come. It's $100.
Okay, and you didn't beat 20 games.
I beat 19.
Yeah, last I checked, 19 isn't 20. Come on, a deal's a deal.
Dude, this channel has like 13 subscribers. I have no money at all to spare, man.
Just like how you couldn't spare 2 hours of sleep and use it to beat Brotato, or those 3 meals and 3 separate showers you took. Who needs that when they're pumping a year's worth of stress into their body within a 24-hour span?
Oh my god. Look, surely you let me off the hook for this one, right? I mean, it was all a joke. Also, I was like shaking for like 16 hours. I mean, seriously, viewers, do not drink a monster if you're planning to get your heart rate up, which includes exactly what you think I mean. Come on. 1 more hour. The next run. 99% of gamblers quit before they make it big. Just 1 more. You gotta trust.
Yeah, no.
Alright, fine. Here's Monster Hunter.
Thank you.
And that, my friend, is, it answers the question, How many roguelikes can you beat in one day? The answer is 19. Or more likely, it's probably something like 40. I'm sure some speedrunner dude is gonna destroy me at this challenge in like a couple days, weeks, but I'm completely exhausted. I really should stop doing these 24-hour challenges, huh? Alright, good night. Thank you for watching this video so much. I'm a pretty new channel, so excuse me if the video quality isn't that great, but I still appreciate you guys so much for sticking to the end. I'm eternally grateful. I'm Crit the Creator. Please don't be as stupid as I am. You've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Stay hydrated. Bye-bye.